What's going on, guys? So hopefully you've enjoyed the video so far. The last several that I've done have been around saddles and tree stands and stuff like that, and kind of around my mobile hunting setups. So kind of to go along with my mobile hunting setup, I want to talk about my self-filming setup and some of the gear that I carry and how I carry that in and out of the woods. So without further ado, let's jump on into the video. All right, guys, so what I've got on the table here in front of me is my entire self-filming setup, with the exception of the camera that I'm filming on, which is my Sony A73. That's my main camera. So on that camera, let me see if I can use another camera. Actually, let me use this camera. I will kind of show y'all what I've got going on that camera while I'm talking about it. All right, so that is my Sony A73. I've got a 24-105 lens on it, and then I've just got a little rubber camera skin on it. And then on top, I've got a double hot shoe mount. One side I use for my monitor, and one side I use for the Rode Video Micro, which is the external mic that I've got on there. And then I've got the Rode wireless mic Go 2. That is the other mic I've got on there, and that one's actually hooked to the lav mic that I'm wearing right now. And then I've got a dual audio splitter, which allows me to run 2-channel audio, and that is my main camera setup there. So let's jump back into the rest of my setup. All right, so like I just talked about, I've got the Sony A73, Rode wireless mic Go 2, and Rode Video Micro. That's my audio. On my camera, or my bino harness here, I've got a one of my transmitters, and I've got a Countryman B3 microphone, wireless lav mic. That's what I'm using here for my audio. That's my main camera. So let's talk about the other cameras that I'm using. So as my secondary camera, or my second angle camera, I have two options. I have my tried and true Sony A6500, and then I also have a Sony RX100 Mark V with a little mount there on it for a hot shoe mount. That's where I plug my remote in if I use that one. I prefer to use the A6500, but if I'm going way back in, I think I'm going to start using my RX100 Mark V again. It's just a lot lighter, a lot more compact. Of course, the A6500 gives me better video, but I'm trying to sell this lens. So if any of you guys are looking for a A6500 lens or an A6300, pretty much any of the APS-C cameras from Sony, if y'all want a lens, I'm trying to get rid of this 18-105. I'll sell it to you for a deal. So hit me up on that if you're interested. But anyway, right now I've got the 18-105 here on this A6500. I'm looking for like a 18mm or a 15mm, something more, a little wide angle, like a 20, something like that. I'm looking for a smaller lens to put on there, just to make that system a little more compact and to not be quite as heavy and not take up so much room. So this is my second angle camera pretty much for the most part, and if I'm not using this one, I'm using this one. On top of here, I've got a, I can't remember the model number now, But I've got it in the description down below. All this equipment that I'm using, I'm gonna have linked down below with Amazon affiliate links. If you want to support the channel and you need any of this gear, go down below, go through the link. It'll give me a kickback and it won't cost you a dime more than what you're gonna spend already. So this is a wireless, or it's not a wireless, it's got a wire hooked up to it, but it's wireless between the remote and the transmitter. So this part hooks to the camera, and then I've got a little remote control that I put some Velcro on the bottom of, and I just stick that on my camera arm. Makes operating my second angle camera much easier. That remote works on my RX100 Mark V, and it works on my A6500, so whichever one I choose to use at the time. So that's that system there. And whichever second angle camera I'm using, where it's legal, I'm using one of these Easy Climb camera arm. It's like a bow arm type hanger, but it's made for cameras. It's just this little short screw-in piece here. I love these things. I'm telling you right now, as far as ease of use, the Easy Climb ones have by far the best screw on them. And I really like that little setup. It weighs a little bit, but it does definitely get some pretty cool shots. And then, so from my second cameras to my action camera, I am using a DJI Osmo Action for my action camera. I've got a little plastic housing put around it that has two hot shoe mounts. I can plug like an external battery or whatever into, or even I can plug in the same microphone that I'm using on my main camera if I want to get better audio. So that's what I'm using there. I really like this little camera. It does a really good job. And then on the bottom of that camera, I've got just a like a chip clip type mount. I can't remember the brand right offhand. I'll try to link it into the video though. I don't think I have this one in the description down below yet, but I'll try to get it added before I post this video. This little clip, what I like to do is I actually like to clip it especially when I'm using a saddle setup. I'll clip it on my bridge line and it'll just face back at me. Really like this little camera. I'll actually run it on my backpack strap when I'm hiking in, or I can clip it on my bow, whatever I want to do. That system works out really nicely. Going along with remotes and stuff, so for my main camera, I actually run this wire. It's a JJC. This is the same company that makes this one. This one here actually plugs in. It's got a little clamp. It clamps on my camera arm handle here, and I can run my camera just like a little I can't even remember what they're called now, but it's like a little remote that I can use. I can turn the camera on. I can hit record. The only thing that I can't do with my camera and lens setup is I can't zoom with it. So I can zoom digitally, but I can't actually use the the lens itself. I can't use its zoom feature with the microphone or with the remote. On this one here that I use on my second angle cameras, I can actually use the zoom feature because of the cameras, the way those cameras work. I can use the zoom feature on those, which is pretty cool. But I use this little remote, and it makes actually just hitting record on the camera much easier. So another thing that I use on my main camera is I've got this little 5-inch or like 4.7-inch display, and that's because the Sony cameras don't have like flip around screens. So on the cameras, it only just kind of flips out. It doesn't flip up where I can see it when I'm filming myself or a weird angle at a deer or whatever. This little monitor, I'd rather not have to use it because it's a lot of extra weight and size. But unfortunately, it's one of the downsides to using Sony's is their screens don't completely flip around like the Canons do. But the video quality and stuff that I get out of my Sony's, I'm willing to give this up for that. So anyway, I pack in this little monitor and I keep that inside this little case, and then I have my cord that hooks up there as well. So that's it on the main camera setups and the actual cameras themselves. That's what I use there. This little bag here has like a little blower, has a couple charging cables. It has a Allen pack set, and some zip ties. It also has some spare AAA batteries for my remotes. And then I have a card here that holds all my SD cards, which that's one thing that I'll note is I have pretty much exclusively went to the micro SD cards because I can fit 10 SD cards in these little slots, an extra one in the adapter slot. The cool thing about these is I can carry so many more cards for the size, and I can also use those in the drone, the Osmo Action, or my main cameras. The drone and the Osmo, they don't accept standard size SDs, but my big cameras require standard size SDs. So the cool thing about the micro SDs, I can just hook them into an adapter and I can use them in any of my cameras. So that's why I've went that route there. Another additional bag that I carry, and I just do this to keep stuff separated, is I've got this little mesh bag here and it has extra batteries in it. Depending on what cameras I'm using, depends on what batteries I carry, and depending on if I'm gonna be all day sit versus just like morning or evening, depends on if I carry this bag of extra batteries or not, but that's what I've got there. Another thing with batteries that I do carry is this battery pack here. It's like 26,800 milliamps, I think. I'll run this, like if I'm gonna do an all day sit, of course I'm gonna be on the phone every now and then playing games or posting on Instagram or whatever. This will charge my phone, it'll charge my cameras, it'll charge whatever I want to. The main thing that I wind up charging throughout the day is the Osmo Action. I carry a long charging cable for that where I can still keep it, still use it as a camera. I can leave this battery pack in the top of my pack. I just plug the cable in, charge it, it charges up relatively quick, and I'm good to go. I don't ever have to worry about running out of battery. So that's pretty much it for accessories. This little bag right here is what I carry all of this stuff pretty much in, and that just goes in the main compartment of my pack. These two things here go, or actually these three things here go in the lid of my pack. And then this little piece here goes in one of the side pockets. Everything pretty much has its place, but this little bag here, I can actually just hang it from my bridge and it sits there and I can take all my stuff out and put it in the tree as I get there. One big new feature to my filming setup is my camera arm. I was using a muddy arm in the past, had good luck with that arm, but when I started using the saddle setup, I started having issues being able to get under my bridge and kind of working around the tree with the two-way arm. And I wanted something that was a lot smaller and more compact to carry around. So I went with this Fourth Arrow. This is their micro Talon camera arm. I've just wrapped it in some camo tape, like that hockey type tape. This is a Siryu VA5 fluid head. It's nice and small and compact, but it's a very, very excellent fluid head, and it holds up to the weight of my main camera very well. And then just to hold that together, I've got one of those Night Eyes like twisty ties on there. For the base, it's got the standard Fourth Arrow camera base. Really like it. It's a lot smaller than my muddy. My muddy camera base is quite a bit larger. The weight isn't that much different, but the size makes a big difference. The base came with a ratchet strap. I hate the ratchet strap in the woods, especially on cold mornings and when it's real calm. So what I ended up doing was just ordering one of these boat straps that it's like a cam over center strap. And that works out really, really well. Gets it super tight to the tree and it doesn't make any noise. So that's what I did there. Super light buckle and doesn't make any noise, and it makes mounting this camera arm and base a lot smoother. So that's pretty much it. I know it sounds like a lot, and it really is, guys. That's one thing with self-filming, I will tell you, it is a pain in the butt. It's a lot of extra weight. It's a lot of extra time in the tree, both putting it in, getting everything set up and getting down. So just keep that in mind. It is a pain in the butt sometimes, but once you get your system honed in, you don't have to use all this, guys. If you want to get into filming, get you a little action camera or use your cell phone. Cell phones cameras are super awesome now. But this is what I like to use. I'm trying to bring y'all some really high quality footage, and I hope y'all can see that in my films and my videos. That's kind of my goal. But anyways, guys, I wanted to kind of give y'all a run through on my most up-to-date filming setup and what I use when I'm self-filming. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you supporting us and watching our videos. Please check out the website and go down below and check out all the links for the affiliate links through Amazon, and support our channel any way you can. Remember that any of the purchases online on our website at bcreekgear.com go to conservation. A percentage goes towards conservation. And also go check the guys out at Grafton Archery. Those guys have been phenomenal to me ever since I've been doing this, and for years before I started doing this. So check those guys out for anything archery related, and they will help you out. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. Remember to live your life to the fullest and use your passions to bless others. Good luck this season. We'll catch you on the next video.